Welcome to Women in the Middle Entrepreneurs, the podcast that gives you an unfiltered, behind-the-scenes look at what it's really like being a woman in the middle who's over 50 and following her entrepreneurial dreams. Grab a superhero cape, girlfriend, because you deserve one. I'm your host, Master Certified Life Coach and Midlife Mentor, Suzy Rosenstein, and I am excited to inspire you with interviews that feature all of this midlife amazingness. Let's go. Hey there, welcome back to the show. We have another really exciting interview ahead of us about taking care of yourself professionally and personally in midlife. Today, you're going to be meeting Cindy Bayles, a woman in the middle entrepreneur who started a custom t-shirt business together with her husband when he lost his job, and then found her passion for doodle therapy after being a stay-at-home mom for 30 years. Welcome to the show, Cindy. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Suzy, for having me. I'm very excited.
I'm excited you're here too. We're both wearing the same color shirt. We look like we planned it. It's so fun. And also, I'm excited that that doodling is part of your passion because it's part of mine too. We're going to talk all about that. I know we're going to have a great conversation about your midlife entrepreneur story. We're going to be talking about your business and what's going really well, and also what midlife issues might be getting in your way to some extent, and maybe a little challenging for you in your life as well as being a business owner. So let's get started with my first big old question. How old are you? How long have you been an entrepreneur? And what was your entrepreneurial journey all about? Take it away.
I'm 60 years old. I've been an entrepreneur on and off for 30 or 40 years, but never really took it seriously. You know, like I sold Tupperware and I sold some Avon, but I never took it real seriously or tried very hard, and I was always afraid. So 10 years ago, my husband and I, he lost his job, and we bought a t-shirt company and dove in because we had no income. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had to swim or die. So
Wow.
we just started going, and we went there. I went back to school. I learned some graphic design and we really just started working hard. But my real passion is coaching. I really love helping women change their mindset so we can really do the things that we're meant to do. I didn't think I could do anything. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I hadn't worked for 30 years. I didn't know that I had anything to offer.
Oh my gosh, Cindy, it's so fascinating that you didn't think you had anything to offer and that you hadn't been working for 30 years. Of course you've been working for 30 years.
Very hard all the time.
Exactly. Soft skills are so underrated. Like, as a stay-at-home mom and as a partner in this business, like, you learned a ton of stuff and had a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just thinking about the two, first of all, anybody who works with their partner, I think it's fascinating to work with your husband. I'm sure. Well, tell me what it was like as you were noticing what each of you had to bring to the table. Like, when you started to figure out who was doing what in your business, you probably realized that you had some skills, right?
Yeah, it was pretty easy to divide them. And in the end, we just work. I mean, we work together, but we work separately. It's not, I don't tell him what to do, and he doesn't tell me what to do most of the time. And it's just really nice to be able to, I mean, I've always done the books at home. So now I do the books here, and I knew the graphic design, and he does the printing. I have good skills for running a business. I didn't know it.
Hello. Yes, you do.
Oh, and I like I was always shopping. So shopping is part of my job all the time now. I'm like, it's just all part of what I was doing before.
Now, I have to ask you, why a t-shirt business? Because you must have looked at a lot of interesting opportunities.
Oh, no, that's not what happened.
Oh, what happened?
I got a job, and someone called the boss, who happened to be my daughter, and said they had a t-shirt company and asked her to buy it. And she's like, "I'm not doing that." And I said, "Oh, let me talk let me talk to my husband, and we'll buy it." We needed something. We were kind of so stuck and trying to get by in this hard time of our life, and it was just an answer to prayers. And we bought it without much thought. We were just needing something.
I'm glad I asked. That took a lot of guts, a lot of courage. Now, I know that you're saying that, we were desperate. We needed to do something. So the t-shirt business happened for you. Like it came
Yeah.
to you.
Yes.
Wow.
It was such a blessing, and we both grown and changed so much through this that we could have never gotten any other way. And I mean, we lived paycheck to paycheck before. It was his job, and it's just been I've my mind is blown about the things that we're capable of doing now because we own our own business.
Wow. Wow. And I just want to emphasize that saying yes to an opportunity, something where you had no experience with that particular thing,
Yeah.
it takes a huge leap of faith and a huge amount of courage. And that came from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it was courage and, yeah, just grit and determination that we were just gonna do this. We took a little class and started working.
It took a little class. What was the class about? Entrepreneur 101?
Yeah, that and how to run a t-shirt business.
Right? You could get burned on some stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
had to make the art as well as produce the T-shirts?
Sometimes we have to make the art. Sometimes it already comes like someone's like, "Here's my logo. This is what we want on our shirts." But sometimes they're like, "We don't know," so I created it.
And that's from the little course you took.
Oh, no. Well, they help too, but I had gone back to school in the meantime into graphic design, and so I did learn how to do more and more. I'm okay with, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. I'm not the best, but I'm okay. So
Well, it's amazing. Well, it's quite a story. When your application came in, I just knew I wanted to talk to you about it because, yeah, not everybody can do what you did. So congratulations.
well,
So
thank
many
you.
levels of it, like even working with your husband. My goodness.
It's been good and bad for us, let's just say that.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure I couldn't work with my husband. There's no way. Okay, so what are the things that is the feature of this podcast is midlife challenges when you're an entrepreneur. Because think about it, when you're employed by somebody else, you've got sick days and you have vacation time. And if the computer blows up, there's usually an IT team or something, right? Um, I remember I missed editors. I worked in a publishing department and I loved having editors to just look at my stuff and make sure nothing, like it's not just about mistakes, but you might say something that's not right or could be said so much better or whatever. So that's what I missed. So there's just backup. So as an entrepreneur, there's no backup anymore. And then when you're in midlife, there's other things that come up too. So what are some of the things that you noticed about being this age and stage and now becoming an entrepreneur?
One thing is just having a regular paycheck. Um, I mean, our business kind of goes up and down, so sometimes January is tough or whatever, and we just have to keep moving. And before, I thought that was a tragedy if we lost our paycheck, and now I'm like, we'll work it out, and everything will work out. It's just different. We were able to go on a trip together in March, I think it was, and we were gone for 3 weeks and our business still ran, and it was really awesome.
Wow.
However, by the time I got home, I'd hurt my knee. So my knee I've been limping for the last 3 to 4 months now, and it's good and bad because I can still recuperate and work from home on my computer. Although, I don't have any backup for someone just to work for me and say, "I'm not coming in now. I don't let me take my sick days." So all the stuff, it's just back and forth all the time about what's gonna happen now and what do we do with this, but we just keep problem solving is something we all just have to learn how to do and quit letting other people problem solve for us. We get to do it all on our own and show up for ourselves.
Hmm. Well, one of the things that you said in your note is that midlife challenges that you face is a thought is about like wondering if it's worth the effort. Is it too late to take on this sort of thing? Tell me a bit more about that.
I have the thought frequently that you're too old for this.
Mm.
And I mean, it just feels a little different to me sometimes. I'm 60 years old. Why am I putting all this effort into building a business at 60 and building a second business? Is it worth the effort? Is it I don't know, but it feels like it is. I don't there's occasionally I go looking for a job. Let's say I do. But every time I come back to I really love what I'm doing and I get to make all sorts of choices. I have a daughter who's living in France and she broke her collarbone. So I flew over there to help her. She's like, I need help. I got a 1.5-year-old. So I flew over there and was able to spend 2 or 3 weeks with her. And I still worked. I still had to do some work, but what a blessing that is. If I was working, I couldn't have done that. I'm
That's right.
I love being able to work and create what I'm doing without people telling me what I'm doing, what I can and can't do. So
It also hits when it comes to dreaming about what's possible. Like, you might have an idea for that business, for either business, and it's up to you.
yes.
Nobody's going to give you approval to take the risk. You just decide.
And but that double-edged sword again is a little scary because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this right or wrong? What do I do next? And and I'm used to having when I had a job occasionally, people just tell me what I'm doing and I would do it. And now I have to make all the decisions and what's our next step.
Sometimes I think, am I allowed to do this?
Yeah, yeah, all the things. What a big open life we have that we're to get to make our own life.
Exactly. Now, there was another thing that you mentioned in your notes I wanted to follow up with. Your quote was, "I often feel like I need to be more to be worthy and wonder what kind of a legacy I will leave behind." What was on your mind when you wrote that?
Well, to be honest, I think I wrote that probably a while ago. It's been a while, but so I've worked a lot through that, through my own coaching. I
It's
just,
common, by the way. It's common.
I just, I've just always felt like I need to work to become worthy, and it's something I've worked hard on. That I have realized I don't always have to be producing to be
That's
worthy
right.
of me. But it's been a long journey for me, and it still comes back more often than I want to admit to. So
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned it because I coach midlife gals and it comes up all the time. And I don't know how much of it was a part of when we grew up, and the kind of messages we consumed and heard from our elders, our parents and grandparents, and certainly TV.
yeah,
I don't know, but it's common. For whatever reason, it tends to be common. So it's wonderful that you are aware of it, because once we're aware of our thoughts, then we can manage them. But yeah,
yes,
yeah, this working harder, working harder, working harder, and never putting ourselves first, this focus on productivity, it can really get in our way. And a lot of women on this show talk about that, this how much work it takes, mindset work, to not ignore family and not ignore helping the people you love, but to shift it and manage it so that it fits in your life in a way where you're not last. That's the thing.
yeah. I did being home with my kids for all that time. I was really, I would, I took care of myself probably 5%. I mean, I mean, I tried a lot. I would take myself for a walk occasionally, but in the end, everything else comes first. And I just didn't ever learn those skills. And then I started hearing about self care, which people are talking about doing your toenails, and I don't even. I mean, that is the last thing I had to. I can do that occasionally, but honestly, just taking care of my body and myself, making sure I get enough sleep, enough exercise, eat the right food. It's a lot, and it's hard to shift from that when all I was doing was caring for my little family.
Yeah. And one thing in your notes, you mentioned that you had no idea how to take care of yourself. Did you mean not know how to prioritize the most important things, or not know how to prioritize yourself and make it work, or how to commit to yourself? Like, what were you getting at there?
Um, Not knowing how to take care of myself meant I mean, I could do the basics, but really to put myself in front of everyone else was not even in my purview. I couldn't see that. So I just keep working until I'm angry at everyone around me because I'm not rested, I'm not well taken care of. I Everything is on the back burner because I can't do it until in my brain, I can't do it until this person or this thing is taken care of. And my daughter is here right now with her 2-year-old, and I mean, they're needy. Kids are needy. And it's really hard. For me, it was hard to find to be able to say it's okay for you to take a break, for you to be able to take care of yourself by take getting out, by going for a walk with a friend. Not that I didn't do some of that. I did do some of that, but I didn't do it intentionally enough.
That's the key. It wasn't intentional. It was like dribs and drabs were just responding probably to requests or
Yes.
invitations versus
Yes.
saying, "No, this is how we roll. I'll get back to you, but I can't do it right now."
Yes.
That's the trick. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what
And sticking with it. That's the trick.
yes.
And sticking with it when you have pushback, because you're going to have pushback.
Right. So what did you do to shift?
Oh, um, I really started working on my mental health. I learned a lot about. I did a lot of tapping. Um, I love tapping, and I would show up in the mornings, and I had a routine I did religiously. I'm not as great at it right now, but I did it like I do this, and I do the tapping, and I do this, and just kept working on it until I could really start taking care of myself. That's why I'm like, painting your doing a pedicure is a great thing, but that is not for me what self-care is. I not that we shouldn't we can't, but for me, it was basics. Now what are we gonna feed you? Now let's just take care of you. I needed that for me, just to start at the really basic
The
place.
real basics, like the fueling your body, moving your body, getting enough sleep, yeah. When I talk about self-care, I do parse it out because for people who want to get a pedicure, for example, regularly, it's really important to them and they relax, so that's what's on their list. Maybe they don't struggle with sleep. I mean, I'm wearing a
Yes.
CPAP now. When I turned 60 2 years ago, I started to think, geez, I really got to start focusing on this." And I knew it was time. I didn't want to wear the CPAP, but I couldn't even argue it anymore because I wear this Aura Ring thing and it tells me
That
exactly.
would
So it's very black and white why I need to wear the CPAP. Anyway, it's amazing. And again, I just really appreciate your honesty that that's what was going on for you. And it is such a struggle to put yourself first. A lot of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs our age, have some guilt about it. Sometimes it comes up as grandparent guilt.
and I got 6 kids. So,
Mhm.
I got 6 kids and 9 grandkids, and I do have I've had to work through my guilt of not being there for my kids all the time when they need that, when I think they need it, or babysitting for them all the time. I have to take care. I just keep coming back. I have to take care of me so I can take care of other people,
It's
and
true.
it has been a mindset shift that I'm still working on. I wanna be there for him, but I can't be there for him if I'm hurt, if I'm not functioning well. And my knee, it's been a wake up call for me that I have to be way on top of taking care of myself more than I thought, even more now.
Yeah. We don't always recover the way we used to.
No, that is
Mm.
so true. They told
Yeah.
me that 3 months for my knee, and I'm into it 4 months and still not recovered.
Oh my gosh, I have a sister who broke her kneecap this summer,
Wow.
and she's now, it's healed, but she's not healed, right? And so she's in shock that it's gonna take a few more months till she's
Yes.
back to normal in quotes.
Yeah.
She was definitely in a little denial about that. Now one of the things that you said, was this idea of running 2 businesses. So when how would you answer what you really want? Imagine yourself a little bit further ahead, a year, 5 years, 3 years, whatever. Um, what do you really want your professional life to look like?
Oh, dear. So my this is what I want. I want to be full-time coaching, and, and the other business will be run by someone else, or we'll sell it, because it's really helped us, but I would like to be full-time coaching. I love how much coaching can help change women's lives. Just the way they're thinking, the things that keep us stuck. I I was on a coaching call this morning being coached, so because I had some stuff to work out. And
Good coaches have coaches.
yes, and how much it changes us, and so we can really enjoy and love our lives. And, it took me many years to finally find it out, and I want everyone else to know about it.
Yeah, yeah. And what would you say are some of the surprising things about being a midlife woman over 50 and being an entrepreneur?
Just how much fun it is. I mean, and how much fun and how much more, being an entrepreneur offers us all to take something new and run with it and build something that can last a long time and can serve us. and can keep our brains active.
Yeah, I love that you said that. That was kind of shocking for me. Um, not just that it's the kind of problem solving is exciting, but also meeting other people with growth mindset, like meeting other people who are also ready to take a little bit of a challenge and ready to push themselves and ready to think outside the box and dream a little bigger. I didn't know that many people like that
No.
before, but in entrepreneur land, it's plentiful. Like most people are thinking like that. And
Yeah.
also at our age, it's a really a growing area and people aren't retiring. Like what I'm noticing on Facebook, maybe you've noticed it too, is you see anybody who was in a union has retired, right? So it's our age and stage. Teachers have retired. There are some other businesses with, unions like nurses. So people are retiring at our age. Entrepreneurs aren't thinking like that because we're having so much fun and we're so challenged. It's very different.
Yeah, and I love being able to be challenged and try something new and work out a problem. I'm trying to set up my recording studio. It's taking me a month of buying stuff and returning it, but I keep getting to tweak it a little more and see how I can problem solve it better and make things better. It's really fun. It might be I've been frustrated, but it's been very fun to be able to do stuff and create things.
That's awesome. So what are you focusing right now? So you said a recording studio. What are your plans?
I'm hoping if I can get the studio up and running, I'm starting a podcast slash YouTube channel next month.
Oh, wow. So you're going to focus on YouTube too?
Yeah. And since I'm doing doodles, I like the visuals. So I'm hoping to get that started and within the month, next month. So
That's exciting. So, what are you afraid of, if
I'm afraid
anything?
of, I'm afraid of mice, but I'm afraid of mice. But other than that, I am
Did you say
afraid.
mice?
Yeah.
How are mice in your life?
Mice come in. I'm been afraid of mice all of my life.
Oh my
So
God. I'm
I
afraid of
don't like
spiders.
them in my house.
I had the biggest spider in my sink last week. I had to call a kid, and the only kid that was home also was afraid of spiders. And I often will take them outside, but this guy was too big. I wasn't going near him. And going near him is too much. So one of the things I really love talking about is this intersection of being over 50, running a business, and being challenged by this intersection. And when I asked you about this, you talked about redefining yourself, your life, your relationships, and of course, still working on it now, but you called it midlife rebirth. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was. I mean, I suddenly was no longer stay-at-home mom. I had to I had to redefine who I was. So rebirth is exactly what it was. I had to become a different person and well, I had to really just show up who I was born to be because I've been hiding for a long time. And so I showed up and started growing and learning new things. And we didn't grow up with computers. And so it is this is a lot of stuff we have to learn. I mean, my 22-year-old upstairs knows, I mean, I can hand them stuff and they know, but it takes me a while to have to to learn things that I never even thought possible in my lifetime. So, I love being just redefining who I am and becoming a different person and growing.
Yeah. Many people are afraid of that.
Yeah.
But I always say, "No, I love it. Bring it on. What can I learn about myself? Let's do it."
Yeah.
And why do you think doodling is so powerful in your work?
Um, well, the doodles take a lesson I can teach and it just makes it become deeper because I can see that. I see that picture of who I am, and a lot of the doodles are of me. I have such compassion for her. There's one doodle that's my very favorite, one of my favorites, and it's just me with a dotted line down the middle of me, showing the things I've been through and the things I've gained. And I'm like, when I first did that, I was like, oh, and I had so much compassion for myself because of what I've done and been through. And everyone has a doodle like that in their life, everyone. But we don't actually put it on the paper and look at her like, oh, I see you now. And I love you because of all of it, not despite all of it.
Women are so hard on themselves. It's so
Oh,
true.
yeah.
So much judgment, so much judgment. Yeah, I agree. I find that working with doodles and can just be such a huge part of mindfulness and just clearing the space to slow you down so that you can think. It
Yes.
really helps you think. So good.
Yeah.
Cindy, thank you so much. This has been such a fun chat. And I just think your story is so powerful going from stay at home mom to what you were thinking about yourself as a stay at home mom to now somebody who's so into growth and so excited about her future. So thank you so much for taking the time and for joining me today. How can people best get in touch with
My website is doodletherapyuniversity.com. And you can find me at also on Facebook at Doodle Warrior. I have a group there, and you can find me there.
Awesome. Of course, I'll be putting these links in the show notes. Thanks so much for everything. I love what you're doing. You're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, that's all for now. If you're listening and loving what you hear, please like and subscribe. Reviews are great too and much appreciated. And if you're a woman in the middle who's 50 or over and an entrepreneur and would also like to come on the show, please go to www.midlifeinterviews.com and fill out an application. We'd love to have you on to share your story. Thanks so much for listening. It's never too late for you to put yourself on your agenda. I'm Suzy Rosenstein, and I'll talk to you again soon. Now, real quick, before we say goodbye, if you are connecting with the show and are finally ready to make some changes to regret-proof your life, I want to invite you to apply for the Women in the Middle Academy. It's my transformational midlife group coaching program to help you get clear about what's getting in your way so you can get on with the good stuff. Head over to www.womeninthemiddleacademy.com. Talk soon.